Hey, what's happening, everybody? So it's been, I think, almost a year since I started doing this YouTube channel. And I've got almost 900 people on here now, which is a far cry from when I started. And it's an interesting thing, this photography field that I have chosen. And the video is something that's new to me, kind of. I shouldn't say that. It's been about a year now. But I'm also getting in not only doing YouTube videos, but I'm also doing real estate video. I shoot a lot of real estate, but never really video per se. So now I'm shooting video, and I'm learning to do a lot of different things with editing. My preferred editing software right now is DaVinci Resolve. I have Final Cut Pro, and I also have the Adobe Premiere Pro, but for some reason, I don't know why, everybody says DaVinci is a lot harder to use. I guess that's the first thing I started to play with, and the color nodes in that are a little bit intimidating, and I'm still learning that, but the editing process I think is pretty sweet. And the nice thing about that is I have PCs and Windows 11, and if I'm out somewhere and I need to edit and I don't have my Mac with me, then my studio has a couple window computers. The only Mac right now that I have that I use is a MacBook Pro. It's got the M4 processor in it. It's very fast. I really like that computer. It's got 1 terabyte of space, so it's not. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. So I usually do my editing on an external drive, load everything up there, and do that way. But that being said, if you are thinking about getting into YouTube, and I mean, I'm getting into it just to get into it, not so much to make money with it or anything like that, because I just don't think that that's something maybe down the road, maybe, who knows. But my intent was to get on here to share my experiences in daily life along with photography, which really is a lot of my life, and just some of the things that happen that you really don't expect to happen. And some things can take you by surprise, and some things can just happen out of nowhere, and you wonder, man, where did that come from? Being in business it's an interesting thing. I mean, people think, I've been in business for myself since I was 18 years old, so I am now 61. So, my girlfriend says, you wouldn't make it in a corporate world. And I said, no, I probably wouldn't, because I've worked along with corporations and stuff, and it's just not my cup of tea. And it is for people, and they enjoy it. God bless you. But no, it isn't for me. Could I do it if I had to? Probably. You could do anything if you had to. I mean, let's get real. If you were forced to do something and you had to do it for a while, yeah, you can do it. But is that my nature? No. And my nature is not working in a corporation. It is not doing the same thing over and over and over again. I can't do repetitive stuff. Thankfully, with my business, my photography business, I shoot wide range of things, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad, because people can associate you with what they see most of, even though you could be very good at something else, and that's a whole problem right there. So being I don't know, diversified, I guess, or being able to get a shot, whether it's food, whether it's architecture, people. And people are a little different, because you should know lighting, obviously, but you have to make the person feel really comfortable in front of the camera. If they don't feel comfortable, you can technically have the very best setup, beautiful studio, great lights, fantastic camera, But if they don't feel comfortable, they will not like their photograph. I've seen that. It's a fact. So when you deal with people, you really have to bring their guard down. And sometimes it's joking with them. Sometimes it's, you can tell they're nervous. Hey, we've had wine, bourbon, whatever it takes to make people feel comfortable, do it. Within reason, obviously. But we've done a little bit of everything, and I love the aspect of photographing people. Everybody's different. I love life in general. Walking the street, getting people that I've never met, getting them on camera, doing some really cool photographs of them. It's fun to do. And some people don't want their picture taken. I get it. Most people don't really care. They ask you, what are you going to do with these pictures? Where's it going to end up? And I usually tell them I'm building a portfolio, maybe some social media, just honing my skills, and they're pretty cool with that. I say most people. Every once in a while you get somebody that's really adamant about you not taking their photograph, and I get it. Like I said, I understand their feelings, and it's like an invasion sometimes, but just you never know until you go up and ask them. And sometimes you can grab pictures of people that don't even know it, which, I do that often, depending on what camera and lens I have. But it's just a whole fun realm. And doing the YouTube videos, it's just a way of expressing. I know this isn't a viral channel. This isn't viral video material. None of that. But it's daily life. And it's unfortunate, most of the things that I look at on YouTube, they're just, they are actually paid people that are doing stuff that are, influencers. And again, you really don't know who to believe. You just don't. So that's why I figured I want to be real. I am not sponsored by anybody. I wish I was. I wish I was sponsored by Hasselblad, Sony, Broncolor, Profoto, you name it. I've got a lot of experience using equipment, using lights. Am I the best at what I do? No. There are people out there that can smoke what I do, but I feel that I'm really good and good enough, past good enough, to do pretty much everything I want to do. So I've been the realm of, God, if I just had this piece of equipment or gear, I know I would do better. Or if I could just get this location, I know I would do better. If. And instead, I wish I would have learned this a long time ago, is to use whatever you have till you truly, truly outgrow it. And most of the things you probably won't outgrow. It's nice to have new equipment. Believe me, I still do it. I still get new gear. But I really slowed that down. I really, really have slowed it down, because I realize that unless something is going to really make a huge impact, if this piece of gear is going to really make what I am doing easier, if the image quality is better, and it's really hard anymore to get image quality better than it is. Even cameras that are 6 years old, 7 years old, probably 10 years old will probably take beautiful, beautiful images that most people would never even consider what camera you're shooting that with. Or, why, hey, I don't have the latest and greatest. That guy doesn't have the newest Fuji or Nikon or Sony or Canon, Hasselblad, whatever it is. People have no clue. All they know is they want to look at their photograph and they want to say, gosh, I really, really like that. That's the bottom line. That is the best thing you can do. Get your craft down with whatever you do have, and as the time comes, buy into something a little bit better, a little more. just basically be real. This world is so not real anymore. You can't turn on anything and know that it's really real. Whether it's news, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everybody is in my opinion, they're living a fantasy life, and they're showing you their highlight reels, basically. They're showing you exactly what they want you to see. They don't show you all the pits, the low valleys that they go through. And basically, that's what I am trying to do. There are times where I question my choice of doing this type of business. There's times it's so slow, and there's times I'm so busy I can't keep up. And basically, I am a one-man show. So I don't have the luxury of somebody going along on photo shoots unless I can find somebody. Most people have jobs or part-time jobs, and if you can't employ somebody enough, they're not going to hang around and have you do stuff or wait for you to pay them or wait for you to call them to get a job. And I get it. Truly, I get it. So I just pretty much do a lot of this stuff on my own. And like my editing, I do all my own editing. Even in the real estate stuff, I use Flash and Ambient. They call it Flambient. And I do that. I edit that, which is really funny. I was watching a video, and this guy is doing 6 figures a year shooting homes. And the comment he made just really, I just had to laugh, because he's like, if you're a novice shooter, you're going to do the Flambient route and edit that yourself. What he does is he shoots 3 exposures, right on the money, 1 stop over, 1 stop under, and he sends them overseas, and they edit them. To him, that's more of an experienced photographer. And to me, that is not an experienced photographer. That's just like giving somebody a camera, tell them to go shoot, and then come back and have somebody else do all the editing and all the technical work for you. That is not, in my opinion, a well-seasoned photographer. You can agree or disagree, but knowing how to do something, actually knowing how to light something, and knowing how to edit it, to me, that's far above shooting multiple exposures and then sending them to Vietnam and having them processed overnight. While I get it, that's a good way to make money, and it's quick. I mean, it's not as quick as I do them in one day. I'll shoot 3-4 houses and get them all edited in one day. It's a lot of work, but I know what I'm getting. I don't know who the editors are. Unless you really have a good rapport with those people, you're not going to get the same person all the time. Now, he might, and yeah, his work does look good, but he's not doing anything but pressing that shutter in variable exposures, and that's it. And I'm not going to fault the guy for that. I'm faulting him for saying, if you're not experienced, you're going to go ahead and use the Flambient and do it yourself. To me, that is just pretty much asinine, if you think about it. I love the whole aspect of everything. And yes, in order to grow, you have to let things go. You have to give things to other people to do. And for where I'm at right now in my photography career, I do everything on a daily basis, and for the most part, I'm fairly busy. And would I like having somebody edit my picture? I sure would. But I can't guarantee it's going to come out really nice. Again, if I had that foundation with a editor, a particular company, particular person, then I would think about that. But right now, it's just me, myself, and I. I am in a physical studio. I'm downtown Canton, Ohio. I have about 1,100 square foot studio, 10-foot ceilings. I'd love the ceilings to be higher, but they get me by. I've been here for about 7 years. And it's nice to be able to go somewhere and get away from the norm, get away from the house, and you can come down to the studio and you can work, you can hang out, you can have people over, you can do whatever you want to do. But that's part of the daily life that I am living, and I don't complain about it. There's times I am so tired from driving. I bought a car. It was a Volkswagen Tiguan. It was a loaner car from the dealership. Had 7,000 miles on it, and I've had it for 2 months, and I've got 14,000 miles on it now. I do a lot of driving. When you do real estate, it's a lot of driving. Sometimes 30, 40 miles each direction. You're lucky you can get 10 miles, but a lot of it is just driving. And a lot of that is eating your time up. So you have to really, really boil down. You have to make a decision. I really love doing portraits, but I can't market for that all the time because I'm too busy doing something else. And that's where it'd be great to have somebody else doing a lot of the other stuff. So that's where I'm at in this business. But I'm sure you experience a lot of things too. You have ideas. You want to do something different. You want to have a thriving business. And in order to do that, you really have to have somebody to help you. And it's hard. I used to have a girl with me all the time that she did all the editing. This before I got into houses. She did all the portrait editing, the senior portraits. She was really, really good. And this was before AI, Photoshop AI, all that stuff. She was phenomenal with a clone stamp, backgrounds, everything. So she had gotten macular degeneration, which is a horrible thing. She is just the sweetest person. So basically now I guess a bulk of my stuff is real estate, and that ties me up. But I'm working on other avenues and other revenues. And I think in this business, in almost any business, in order to really become free, I say successful, I say free to do what you want to do when you want to do it, you have to have multiple streams of income. And it needs to be working for you while you're sleeping. I did some investing in stock markets. It's done pretty well since I started, probably 15% average over the last 10 years, which is really good. It's just you got to have something coming in all the time. And the way things are expense-wise, things are getting more and more expensive. And just doing it on one income, unless you're, making $150,000, $200,000 a year, you just can't. You have that freedom to say, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and I want to go to Morocco for a week, or I want to go to Canada, or I want to go out to LA or wherever. You can't just drop what you're doing and go, especially when you are the one-man show. It is a tough thing. Being a one-man show is not all glamour. And I wish I would have learned that a long time ago. And I did have help, like I said, here in the studio. But when you can have somebody with you all the time, carrying gear, helping you set up, tear down, load up, go to the next job. And then, then again, you look at that and say, well, that's really like work. That's really like being employed. It is. I tell everybody, when you are self-employed, you are working for somebody else, regardless. You're not working for yourself unless you have a stream of income coming in from stuff that you're not even touching. You already set it up, and you do what you want to do. So that's great advice for young people. If you can put 10%, 15% of what you make into a trust fund or IRA, into the market when you're young, you do that every month. Probably by the time you're 45, 50, you probably have more than enough money that you wouldn't have to worry about anything. I learned too late. So it's one of those things that could help somebody that is 20 years old, 21, 22, even a little older, depending on how much money you can put in. but it compounds and it really takes off. I started with $50 in an IRA, I don't know, back in 2006. And it's way, and I just kept putting $300 a month in the last, I don't know, 10 years, $300 to $400 a month in that, and it's grown so much. And at 15% average income or interest rate per year, I mean, that adds up. Just imagine if you could take $5,000 lump sum when you're 20 and throw it in there. You add to it every month, you would do really, really well. Trust me. So if that's any kind of advice you could use, take away from, just do it. Your older self will thank you. Trust me. But hey, that's all. I just wanted to share a little bit, and I really appreciate those that are listening and tune in. I know this isn't like I got the greatest this. It's about life, and it's about life as a photographer, life as me as a photographer. Other photographers are different. Most of the photographers that I had become friends with no longer do photography. I mean, they got out of it when the digital era came in, and some hung around for 5-10 years after that, but most of the people are gone. And most of the people I see shooting senior portraits, they're all downtown. They don't have a studio. Wedding photographers, they don't have studios. They're all part-time. Some are full-time. A lot of them are part-time. And it just digs into the income that those are full-time like myself. But it's no fault of theirs. They're doing what they want to do. So you have to adjust, and you have to be flexible, and you have to do stuff for yourself. Money-wise, you don't want to be stuck. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video. Do something fun, capture some life, help yourself, make sure you take care of yourself. That is the biggest thing I see that most small business people look away from. They think, I got time, I have time. Well, time runs out, and you don't really have that time. So take the time, take care of what you need first, and then you can do stuff for other people. Bottom line. Hey, I will see you on the next video. Thanks.